in the spring. Can you kind of put it into words for us what he's kind of done in his 12 practices?
He just come out here and every day just practice like a pro, just keep practicing consistent every day and works hard to get better at what he needs to get better at. So, I mean, that's consistency in a young guy is really hard to find, and that's what he's been able to do and come out here. He's been able to be consistent and, every day come out here and try to get better. Takes coaching, and, I mean, even when he's coached hard. Oh, let me turn these down. Yeah, but every day that he's been out there, he's been able to take coaching, and when he gets coached hard, a lot of young guys, don't take it very well. I mean, he's just, been prepped for it. So.
Does he remind you of anyone that you've seen or played with before? Or his style?
Ken Carter. Yeah.
Really?
Ken was good. Yeah, Ken was good. So that's what it reminds me of.
For the defensive line now, you're, I guess 12 practices in. What have you seen out of the progression out of the group, and where do you feel like you guys have improved the most?
We've improved on everything, but we still got a long way to go.
Alex said from facing you guys that he feels like it's the deepest unit that he's been here. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like it's the deepest
Oh yeah,
unit?
I said I think the last interview that we had told you we got a lot of bodies and we're getting some more. So I mean I'm happy. Let's rotate and be able to stay fresh like we did in 2013.
What about Paul James coming back and you wasn't able to practice early? What have you seen out of him so far?
Paul comes out and he's competing, and he's had a pretty good transition coming off an injury. So my transition wasn't that easy. So he looked good.
What's Jeff Holland kind of been like in your meeting room? I know he's trying to make the transition from outside linebacker to end and whatever they kind of want to do with him.
Good. Very natural pass rusher. So I mean his transition's been pretty easy. And I mean he got a lot of quality snaps last year. So the transitions for him has been easy, but just consistency with all of us is what we need to work on.
Carl, how important do you think it is for the defense to develop some more pass rushers behind you? Because when you've been out with injuries the last couple of years, they've struggled in that area.
We all need to get better at rushing the passer, and I think we got some talented guys who can rush the passer, myself included. So I mean I'm excited about that. We recruited well last year.
We saw a little bit of the Rabbits, I guess, today. Yourself and Mon and Marlon, Byron, Jeff. I mean, when you think about a group like that, that group of 3 to 5 guys who could roll out there at any point, just how do you feel about the potential that third down pass rush group?
There's a lot of great potential because as a unit we get to be able to. When you have guys with a bunch of pass rushing skill set, you be able to execute games quickly, and you get to apply pressure on the quarterback, help in the secondary, and then get off the field on third downs, and just getting after the passer is what we want to do. So.
When you mentioned that Jeff is such a natural pass rusher, what is it exactly for maybe people who aren't experts in pass rushing? What is it that he has that makes him so good?
He's got a lot of natural bend.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of guys who can power rush it, but he's got some really good bend because when you're arcing around the edge, you want to stay tight to the offensive lineman. So he's got some really really good bend. So I mean that's what I like about him, and I like watching it. So it's kind of like putting the words almost like worm-like, trying to bend and contort your body around the edge. So it's kind of what he's got.
That's gonna be a Jeff here pretty soon.
Okay. Hey.
On the other side, we hear Austin Golson obviously moving out to tackle. What have you seen out of him in that transition on the other side of that tackle?
Austin's a guy that comes out and he's kind of like I told him today it was kind of annoying. Like I realize I annoy people because I ask them all the time, what do I need to get better? And he's one of those guys. So I'm like, dang, is this what I say? So, but I mean, he's a guy who just wants to get better every day. He's always working on his craft just like me. So I mean, he's gonna get better and I'm gonna get better.
Throughout the beginning of your career, you benefited from matchups with some NFL tackles, Avery, Sean, Gray. How do you see it for yourself now where these less experienced tackles, whether it be Austin who did a little bit or Robert who's done a little bit, Darius, how those guys kind of developed and benefit from you?
All those guys are pretty good, Like we talk about these like NFL tackles, but what separates those guys is having good technique, and those guys, Like especially Rob, people don't give Rob a lot of credit. He's a good tackle. You know, he just hasn't had the opportunity to play. But I think he's a real good tackle. He works on his technique every day. Same thing with Darius, and Golson. Darius coming off knee injury. His pass set has developed majorly since he first got out in practice. He's gotten better. He's a very athletic guy. And Austin's transition out of tackling. He's working on his set. So everybody's getting better. But I mean, as far as going against the better tackles, it's whoever has the best technique.
Is Left one of those guys that, as teammates, you're kind of waiting for him to get that chance just because of what you've seen him do and how much he's progressed over his career?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I want everybody to get an opportunity to play and, come out here and represent Auburn.
Was there any relief to seeing the new playbook and seeing the new schemes and kind of look at it and go, I know this. This is what we ran last year. And pretty much the same what we ran last year. I know how to do this.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I'm comfortable, but whatever it was going to be, I was going to be able to, or I was going to make sure I would do whatever I could to match the scheme and be successful in the scheme and try to help my team as much as possible.
Coach Gardner said he'd like to see you be more of a vocal leader this year. Is that something that you're working on? Is that like a trait that you're trying to develop?
Yes, but I haven't been doing a good job of it, and I need to work on it. So,
Carl, we've heard a lot about just how much you love to play the game. I mean, have you kind of been lobbying the coach up saying, I'd really like to play Saturday, considering the last 2 years, you were hurt in 2014, then you're held out last year because of non-contact. So you're like, let me get a shot to get out there.
well, I mean, those were the situations, but I'm expecting to play this Saturday, so that'll be fun. Get my first A-Day, so it'll be real fun for me, and so can't wait for it.
Is it difficult to believe that you just haven't been able to go to an A-Day?
Oh yeah, it tripped me out. I'm like, geez, I can't get one, but this year I will. So
Oh, for you, what would you guess the amount of hours you spend watching film a week?
Between meetings and just the stuff I do on my own, I always like to get some like at least an hour in it right after practice, and then like maybe an hour after meetings. Combined with our meetings, I don't know, maybe like 13 hours. I don't know. It's a lot of time.
And that's now during the spring. You're doing
Yeah. I mean, I like to watch film because you see some funny stuff on film, man. You see guys tripping over themselves. I mean, not only becoming a better football player, but you get to see some really funny stuff on film. So I advise y'all to go get like an NFL Network password or something like that. They got a bunch of clips of all the NFL games. It is funny. So I just like watching it.
Do you watch that? You watch that NFL All Access stuff a lot too?
Yeah, it's an app. Kozan put me on with it. It's an app that shows like all the plays from like each game of each NFL team. So it's fun to watch.
How do you do that?
Just maybe like probably every day, just a little bit.
Are you paying attention to a couple of guys, and who are they?
I mean, I really like Khalil Mack's game. That's the mark right there. So people don't pay attention to, but he's an excellent run defender. So